Hi, Kim. Hi, Maureen. Hi. I'm just going to find it. I'm here, but I need to find it. There we are. How are you? Happy Easter, yes. I keep forgetting it's Easter. Have you had a nice weekend? Hi, Caroline. Hi, Caroline. Oh, no. It's not going to stay up, is it? Can everybody see all right? Are we bright enough? I did have a lovely birthday. Thank you very much. I did. I've had so much cake. Totally spoiled. Hi, Susan. Right, so what I've done on a couple of these cards is I've wrote on the bottom, so I've got to use that colour plus the neon collection, because I want to bring this into the mix as well, the here. So hopefully we'll land on some of that, but we can add them in as well if need be. So I thought that was one of them there. I was going to say, look, just like that. So no plans as usual. I've missed you all because I hardly did anything last week. So what are we hoping for? Oh, I'm pleased. I'm pleased you've had a lovely weekend. Yeah, I was totally spoiled. Me and Christopher went out yesterday, just local, just to get a bit shopping and stuff. And that was nice. And then mostly I was just in the house. It was just nice. So we'll do one colour because I'm hoping. Oh, we haven't had a green yet, have we? I don't think we have anyway. So it's a bottle green, and that is it there. So pop it there for now. Wow, do you do the lamb dinner and things at Easter? I don't think we ever have, you know, done anything at Easter. No, I mean, I did get very upset at one point when my grandma sent us cheese slices for Easter. But it's bottle green. It is a very nice green. And I'm thinking we'll do it on the craft rather than white. Have I had a green before? That's blue. Purple. Oh, we've had like a citrus green. Yeah, no, I've never had a dark green yet, so that's quite cool. You could mix it up with neon green, we absolutely could. But I'm thinking we'll do it on the craft card, and that's as far as I've gotten. Let's have a look and see what we can find. What do I have? Well, these have just popped out with us. If you hear a crash, it's because I've got beads up behind us. I've got that, which is Funky Fossil. Stamped by me. I did replace the one I cut up. I'm very quite... I did say I would replace it. There is my binding system, which I've been looking for. We're going to end up having a sort out here, aren't we? I do have dragonflies, and this is a pretty penny one. So we might use that. We might not, because that means I'll have to fight with the dye machine. And this one, which is pretty penny. So we could... what am I dropping? And then maybe... Let's see what else we've got. Oh, I've got these, which are rub-ons, and these are 49 and Market. So that's a brand. It's an American brand. And what's these? Earthy Summer Greenery. Let's see what they are. What do you think that is? A splodge or a pea or an apple? Hi, Caroline. Hi, anybody that I've missed. Hi, Sue. You've got your paints in front of you. Do you love them? Do you love them? Do you love them? I love them. Oh, I've got a green pumpkin amongst this lot. Right, so I've got them. I've got that, which is like a bluey green. So they're rub-ons. These I might not use as yet. I'm thinking let's keep it simple. But I do owe another week's worth. So I don't know if we'll get it done tonight or if we will do 2 next week or something. I will catch up though, because I'm adamant that we'll do them all. That is totally going to fall on me because I moved that. Oh no! Things are falling. Bear with. Bear with. I'm going to injure myself here. I'll show you in a second what's fallen. I've been making a book. Here it is. I've been making a book, and it's not like a binding book. I've thingied it with elastic. But I had a pile of cut-offs and things up next to it, so it's with elastic, and I've been kind of decorating it as we go. And everything off that was gonna bite us. Anyway, I do have this as well, which has got some lovely stuff, and this is Stamperia. And I'm thinking, move it down so you can see, we could maybe bring something of this in, her into the greenery, do you think? Because I'm thinking some of these colours might match. And we can actually make the bottle green with the neon collection. So we'll have a go at that as well. What do you think? Excellent. I love Happy Post. Isn't it just the most amazing thing ever, getting it? I love Happy Post. It makes very happy, like it says on the tin. So that doesn't belong here. It belongs in the book. So you're waiting for a second set. Do you know what it is though? They are so yummy, and it's so, you can do so much with them. Even though it's just a small collection, I can't even begin to say how much effort went into making sure there could be for everything. I'm going to use the Tiffany and this green and see if we can get something similar with these. I love this leaf die from the Funky Fossil die stencil. And we're going to work on the craft. I do need, can I show you this as well? I got this off my mum for my birthday. And it's a paintbrush holder. How cute is he? I think his eyes move as well, but it's a bit. But he holds me paintbrushes and me scissors and a pencil now. It didn't take as long to fill him up with things he's not supposed to hold. Hi, Ronald. Oh, I'm so pleased they're arriving. I really, really am. I don't know where my brushes are. Do you use one of these ones? Again, I'm in a mess. I was going to tidy up, but I'm in a right mess. I think we'll just go with the green because I've already got blue on here. So these are Stamps by Me as well. And these were supposed to give like a texture, but I just use them as normal because I quite like them when they're a little bit bitty. So we'll go in and just add some colour. And I think it's pretty close with the Bean on the Craft 2 bottle green. It's not too far off. Oh. And I just, oh, there you are. It's pretty much spot on now with the blue in. And can you see how it leaves like a little dotty leaf pattern? And we'll go over this side in with the green, and then you can kind of dot them. I don't know if these are still available, these ones, but I love how they leave the pattern, the texture. Honestly, when I got these when I very, very first went to Stamps by Me, I say when it just totally blew my mind, just exactly what they did. And when she said, you can take a few things to try if you want, and I literally could not carry my bag back. I mean, it's just not what you say to an addict, is it? Hi, Sue. Oh, you're not late, lovely. we have picked bottle green, and this is what we're working with. So far I have used the Tiffany and the Hedgerow to get a very similar colour, which I think is pretty spot on. And this is a 49 in Market. These are rub-ons, but I thought we'd just give a different effect. So all I'm going to do is I want to cut a few off. I do love a rub-on. And 49 in Market is an American brand. They're not easy to get a hold of in this country. I know a few places do them. They're not impossible to get a hold of. But I like them. And I thought they were a bit different. The brush holder. Are these brushes, the thingy ones? They're well cool, aren't they? Right, we're going to have this here. And let's rub it on. I need to find something to rub it on with. Tweezers. I'm all about having the right gear. So far, so good. So we're going with a blue and green type theme. And we'll see what else we'll come up with as we go. Are these coming off? I don't know if they're working or not. This paper is a very unusual kind of paper. Sometimes it takes things really, really well, and other times it's strange. But like I said, it is a really, really thin paper. It's supposed to be like a notebook. It's not supposed to be for art and things, so I'm kind of pushing it and pushing it. You've never heard of rub-ons, have you not, Caroline? They're the most wonderful things ever. In fact, Tony did mention, which we all need to nag her about, that Thirsty Brush could have some. If you remember, can you remember the live when she said I could? When I was there in HTCN, so we need to nag her. There we go, look at them. They also work on resonant things, and then you can resin over the top. I love a rub-on, so do I. Yes. Like I said, Tony did say we could have them, so if we all get on and nag her, then you can't really moan, can't you? So every time you see her, just say you said Emma could have rub-ons. She probably hasn't got a clue what we're talking about. Do you know what I'm thinking now? I've just spotted I've got all sorts of repeat. I've got the papers here. Do we have anything we could bring in? These are the Thirsty Brush papers, of course. I've been making that book with. I need some more. This is what I'm thinking. Do you think? This one here going down the side. Just a little bit, not all of it, just a little bit. What do you think? Shall we bring it in? Does Marlene do rub-ons now? Yeah, I do love resin. I love all sorts. I've got loads of stuff. I've been painting molds as well, resin into, but I just haven't had the chance. Yes. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut round here because I don't want all of them, and I can save all the rest for another project. And we can just chop that bit off to make it easy. Ooh, thought something else was going to fall. So I don't think I'll use the Stamperia papers. I'm thinking we can. Let's go in with this. But what I'm also thinking is I do like the idea of using the die machine. So you'll have to bear with while I clear a space. I'm such a messy person. I'll never ever be tidy, no matter how hard I try. So that can kind of go there into that corner. We'll round it off. there. It kind of goes. That can go there. But this here, what I'm thinking is, if everything falls, I'm fine. If I stop talking, then you'll have to send in the SAS to find us. Or somebody. Search. What is it? Search and rescue. Or you could always just message me, ma'am. should make me dad come down and find us. Oh, the papers, honestly, Tony's had them, wait, they've been on the Stamps by Me shows this weekend, and I know for a fact they're on a day next week, the 12th, I want to say. I know for a fact they're on then as well, but I'm not sure what they're on with. It's not me, I know that much. I do know I'm on in May though. I know that far ahead. Not sure of the dates and things, but I know I'm definitely on. Hang on. Ever so sorry. We'll get there. Just need to clear a space. I'm thinking this one. I love it so much and I want it in that green. And they are butterflies. Let me see it. It's fantabulous. Yolanda Save Emma. Yes! To be honest, I mean, she's fed us the cake all weekend. I'm pretty sure if I cut my finger or something, it would be syrup that came out. She made us a chocolate cake. It's a chocolate beetroot cake. And it is the most, I love it. It's my favourite chocolate cake ever. It does not taste like beetroot. But instead of icing and things, because I'm not a fan of icing, she put like a marshmallow icing inside, and it is the most divine thing I've ever put in my mouth ever. Right, where's my green? Right, we'll cut this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it like that so it's in the middle, and then we can cut it down to whatever we want so it sticks out, because I do like to use the colours of the postcards in with it. Oops. If you hear it screaming, it's because I've wedged too much in. Why won't it go on? Oh. It's temperamental, you know, like pretty much everything else I touch. It is just the most, it's like carrot cake, but it's the chocolateest chocolate cake ever. I've said, rub arms, rub black. I'm not blocking. Oh, it hasn't cut all the way through. I tell you, this machine's very temperamental. 2 seconds. I'm going back in with a shim. A shimmy shim shim. Honestly, it really, really is. I tell you what else she makes. It's made cupcakes, and it's got like a cream cheese icing. But the cake is made with almond flour. It's gluten-free. To be fair, this cake, the chocolate cake that just made me, is milk-free. Because Grumpy's dairy-free, he can't have it. So the whole idea was, if she made this cake, then he would eat more than me. Hasn't worked out that way. Every time I go in the kitchen, I take a bite. I don't think it's gone through again. No, I'm going to have to shimmy it up some more. Bear with. I've got the uncuttable. I think I need a new die machine. The pressure's gone and everything on it. Oh, now it's not going through. Does anybody else's machine do this? Is it time for a new one, or am I just doing it wrong? Sometimes things cut absolutely great, but other times it's incredibly temperamental. I am still here, I promise. Right, if this hasn't worked, we'll just go around it. Oh, stuck. Right, let's see. Oh, I think it's kind of worked. We can peel the back off a bit. But can I just say, look at these, the butterflies that come out. You can totally use them, paper piece them back in. I don't know if the Pretty Penny stuff is still available. It possibly will, might not be on the website, but if you're going to Port Sunlight, you'll possibly be able to get it there. I know last year it was on the Port Sunlight bargain table. A lot of them were. This is where I got these ones from. Because Tony has, it's not so much even like old dies of anything. She puts a certain selected amount of stamps and things out. And it's just like such a bargain, honestly. You know what she's like? She's so generous. And you can get things at them. So if you're Port Sunlight or know somebody who's going, then get them to video message and show you what's there. Just saying. All these little ones here I want to keep. Look at that, how cute are they? And again, I'm going to go back over the lives and I'll pop on the description under this video who's won the bits from us. Because I keep looking and well, again, YouTube's YouTube. But what I'll do is I'll go back over all the Colour Our World videos and I'll pick a couple of people out at random. And I will be in touch to give some stuff away. Because I've got the envelopes made up. It's just YouTube's a pain in the neck. I'm sorry. I know. So I'm just going to pick a few of these out so it's uneven. Like that. And I'm thinking, and have that there. And bring that in. Say to me it's not showing up very much. We need to add more. More. We could pop a heart in behind and then it's going to make it. So if we have the heart, then we'll have the butterflies and then we'll have that and then we'll add words over the butterfly. What do we think? Obviously we need some colour on the heart and I'm thinking we'll add maybe a pink, a pinky pink. And what we can do, because I do know that these papers are completely matte and fabulous to make it so I can use the neon pink, is just add a bit more. So these are the neon collection. And you can already see how much brighter they look. So just adding a little bit. Doesn't necessarily look like we're throwing neons at something that's not necessarily that style. It just looks like we're adding some brightness to... I like that. What do you think? Ah, oh, Cornwall. I love Cornwall. I do. And Devon. And I tell you what else I like is Lyme Regis. You know, with the fossils. It's like all the fossil beach. You find loads of fossils there. It's pretty rocky. I've only been there once. I went, it was November time. And I went dressed for winter because I'm from the northeast. And I had boots and everything on, thinking the seaside's going to be freezing. I was stripping off walking up that hill. I was pretty much down to just a t-shirt by the time I was finished. And I was carrying this big massive coat and my woolly hat. Jurassic coat. Honestly, it was brilliant. And I stayed at Seton? Which one is it? Begins with an S. And there was a cafe there called Trotters. I don't know if it's still there or not. But it was obviously the that was a rocky beach as well, but it wasn't. Hiya, Hillary. Are you all right, lovely? I'm here, chatty as ever. Can't wait me dye machine, but you know. Seton. And there was, that's it. I did get offered a job there to stay, but everybody's here because I'd stayed for a while. It was with an ex. I got offered a job, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around with the pink and just a paintbrush and kind of dry brush it on. So we're doing what we'll do with the ink pad, but with a fluffy paintbrush. And all I've done is kind of dampen the ends a bit. And I'm just dipping it in the paint. Because you can do this with absolutely anything at all. Oh, can you see the lines on the dye machine? I think I need new plates. Have you seen how they're coming up? Watching. Dry brushing them. That's quite cool. Anyway, there was a cafe called Trotters and I used to take Daniel there because he was just little. And we used to get breakfast every day, but I loved it because it was the only foals and horses. I'm fine, happy chat. Oh, that's good. I'm pleased you're all right. So I'm going to go around it with the dark as well, because again, going around it with the dark makes the pink pop. And then we can do it on here as well to hide any weird cutting that I've done, or any bits that shouldn't still be there. Yes. So, is anybody in a hurry tonight, or do you think we can get 2 pages done? Because I missed last week, didn't I? I missed so much last week. All right, let's pop this on first. You can totally tell they're thirsty brush dyes as well, can't you? Hello. Well, my Christopher has been in his bed most of the day because the little monster stayed up all night on his game. So I don't even know if he's risen yet. And he's not going to get to sleep tonight, so getting him back in a sleeping pattern is going to be fun. God knows what game he was playing on when I was snoring. Teenage boys. 2 pages. We can absolutely do pages. 2 pages, no problem. I love this green. It's more like, to me, it looks more like a jade than a bottle green. Alright, I'm reading. No rush. Awesome. The thing is, if anybody's watching afterwards, you can always fast forward through the boring bit of the die cutting machine. Ah, see that there, mind, has come together pretty quick with the green. And I love this, it's a little bit different. And this. And the fact that we've added the heart in. We do need some words. And words seems to be what I keep losing. But I do have some already in here of my shows that I didn't use. So I'm thinking this one is pretty cool for... And we don't even have to put it over the heart, we can put it up here. I wouldn't pop it down here. Could leave all that up there and pop it here, couldn't we? Or even... Where do you think? Top, middle or bottom? Top, middle or bottom? I think my internet is so slow lately. Middle it is. I think it's going backwards. It's going to be dial-up before long. Oh, see, there's a top now. Middle, top. Right. It's in the middle now anyway. It's glued down. That's it, done. Also, I did find the Imala white pen and put it in the mouse. But where's it gone now? Oh, there it is. So we can add in. The thing is with these papers, you can always add more to them. I'm just going to add some dots. They're very good, these white pens, I have to say. Very good. I love a white pen. It's always, always, always in my kit. And the fact that we have some now from Stamps by Me and Imala is just wonderful. Oh, just adding some random dots in. Just because we can. Did you, Helen? Honestly, they're so good. Even though I couldn't find them. I love them. I really do. You get 5 in a pack as well. Which is just so cool because, I mean, well, you know how many pens I go through and how many I break. And how many I run out and stick and glue and stuff. But these ones I haven't actually had much issue with. And I've used them over acrylics and things like that, which haven't really been dry properly. And I haven't managed to clog the end up. But there we go. There's page number 1. So I will do a quick reset here. Move some stuff so we're not distracted by it. And then I'll put that back there, and that in water, and that over there, and that there. And I will bring in the postcards again for our missed week. I don't know if they're back in stock, but you could always have a look on the How to Craft network, I would imagine. If they're back in stock, they will be there. But what you could do is, because again, I know some are kept back from the shop, and the girls will love me in the office, is try and give them a ring next week and see if they've got any in the shop for you. I bet you so much next time I go in, they'll get wrong. I'll tell everybody to ring. Which one, which one, which one? This one. This one here. What is it? What is it? Another green. Should we pick a different one? Shall we pick? I'll repick. This one. Oh! Oh! Used with the neon collection. How fab's that? I just put it on a couple of them as well. So orange. We're so doing this. That was cool. Right, where's my box at? There it is. That is so cool. I've literally just put them out. I only did it on 2. It's obviously because it's meant to be, isn't it? And I need some white card. I don't know what kind of paper that is. I'm finding some watercolour card too. Because if we're going to go bright, we may as well do it in style. Again, measuring. This is how I do it. And about there. Bring in a trimmer. Whichever one I haven't lost the blade out of at the time. And we will go there. Are you multitasking? Watching the telly and me? Am I not distracting? And about there. Even if it's a little bit short, it doesn't matter because it's a border. Jane told us how to do this so I can actually see what I'm doing. I was blaming all sorts. Anything but me. And we'll stick this in. What's hidden asset is that? What's that on? What's it about? Tell us. Right. So, that orange, could that be close to that? I think it's pretty close. So, I'm thinking orange and red and pink make it really clashy and psychedelic. And where's it gone? Uh-oh. This one. Let's do it. So I want to add some colour on first. So I'm going to grab a big brush, a wash brush. And I'm going to go in with yellow. And some water, hopefully. What, the pens? You've just ordered the pens. That's fab. They are really, really cool. I tell you what else as well. Tony's glitter pens. I mean, mine are safe. I was going to find them before the live, but I'll put them safe because of me. But I wanted them to go over the book. You know, the book I've been making. Let's go in with some pink. Again, I want to take it off. I don't want it too bright to start off with. I'm just getting some colour down so far. And I like that. That's working. And then another brush. And more water. And I'm going to go in with this orange from set 1. So this orange, which is pretty mucky, but it really doesn't matter. And take it off. So I want a dry brush. But this here, I'm thinking with the orange, it probably will run a little bit because it's not such a dry brush. I have wet it. But I want this down. And I'm using most of the orange because, again, it's what's on the card. But I'm going to go in with the neon orange as well. And just add in places. A smidge more water. And wipe it off on your leg if it's too wet. Or a cloth if you're organised. And maybe even some of the red for further down. Has anybody tried mixing the colours yet? Anybody been playing with mixing? I'm so pleased they're back in stock. Honestly, the white pens, you can't really... Ooh! I've obviously used a blue spray water reactor. Well, I like that happy accident, and this is why I don't clean anything. I'm guessing this is probably watercolour or a spray. And because the backing paper was wet, it's took that off. But how cool does that look? Ooh, happy accidents. And this is why I can never recreate anything. Honestly, I can never ever recreate anything because I've got this which is half painted, but it's done with the orange. And it's done with these colours because I had them by then. So I'm thinking, let's finish it off. Isn't it cool? You cannot beat a happy accident. You really can't. I'm going to go in with the neon because I have used the one out of collection 1. Honestly, this is why I'm never ever neat and tidy, because sometimes when it goes wrong though, it's very annoying. But when something happens like that and it looks really cool, well... I'm pleased. It could have went horribly, horribly wrong. Saying that, even if it was black mined or a really dark brown, it would have looked cool. As you can still see the neons behind. So I'm just bringing in some of the actual orangey colour as well. And all I'm doing is taking it up to the orange and sort of moving it around a little bit. So I'm pulling the neon down into it, but I'm not mixing them up too much. So the neon will give this orangey yellow a kick. But it won't change the neon orange too much. I can't stop laughing at that. It's all fun. If it went wrong, I'm not even bothered about that either, you know. So if we ever do a page and it doesn't turn out how we ever want it to be, it's honestly not, it could be worse. Worse things happen at sea. I am going to pull that out. And I'm going to go in with the neon red. The red is very, very close to orange. But if we start it off like this, and this is the reason why I picked this particular one, because when you add the magenta to it, it makes the most fabulous red ever. So we'll get some of that down. And then I'm going to pick the one out of collection 1. And just around the lines, bring it in. And then eventually what we'll do is we'll blend it all together. It's really cool. And I think this is another reason that I keep things quite loose and quite, because this is just what I do all the time at home. This is how I craft. This is how I do samples. This is how I make up the demos and things like that. It's just fun. And if it all goes wrong, which it does, probably more times than it goes right, it's just been a complete fluke on the lives that they've turned out okay. Again, with the magenta, just pulling it in around the lines. And this is kind of acting like your shade in your shadows. Excellent, Hilary. I'm pleased. I'm really pleased. I had a lovely lady reach out on Instagram, and she would like, from Florida, and she was asked us if I would design a canvas for our wall. How nice is that? That's a real compliment, isn't it? She messaged us yesterday, and I just thought that's a real compliment. Obviously, I've said, of course I will. Absolutely. But then I said I have to check for Royal Mail and all that malarkey to get things to her. But how lovely is that? I always felt... Dear! Oh, that's nice. That's actually... art. Being an art teacher was what I wanted to do. But I also wanted to live for the weekend and never have to go back into a school environment again. Can you imagine? I hope it happens. I think it'll be lovely. Such a compliment. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this off and then blend it back in just so it's a little bit lighter. And see. Just so it looks like it's coming in light to dark to light around it. And we do need to dry that, which means I need to find a heat tool, which, oh my gosh, I don't know what I've done with it. I put it in a safe place. I'll not leave it plugged in ever because I'm terrified that something will happen. There's one. There it is. Just need to find a plug now as well. If you've got earphones in, remember, watch your eardrums because it's very loud. That in. And we're off. I absolutely said yes. I did say I would check postage and things like that. The canvas size that she wants is 50 by 50, so it's huge. So I can just imagine how much neon pink I can fit on that. Yeah, well, I'm hoping that we can get it to her without needing to sell a kidney or anything. Because postage at the minute is bonkers. But, I mean, if we can. Right, and what I'm going to do is I've got a grey. This, again, is the Intense, so any kind of watercolour pencil. But just to bring it to life a little bit. Or you could add your pencils like we did the other night on Facebook. On the Thirsty Brush page. I think it was Facebook. I never remember where I'm at. UPS, is it? Oh, I'll have to have a look. I'll have a proper look. Obviously, I can't do much now because of Easter, but I'll have a proper look, and I'll go and ask at the post office because you can never tell here nor there on the website. They'll always give you. I mean, I checked on Royal Mail and it was like £63. I thought absolutely not. And what I can do is sort of bring this colour in. This one is Deep Indigo. I did have a dark grey one, like 10 seconds before I came live. Who knows what I've done with that. And just sort of pull it in. What you could do as well is you could use the purple out of these. But I find just having the pencil sort of, it's a bit more accurate. So if you're not so keen on drawing thin lines, it's like magic, isn't it, when you add in a little bit of colour, like the dark as the shadow, and then the white as well. So that sort of made the flower sit forward a little bit. So that's going to go there. I will add more as we go, but I'm just thinking for the time being, we need a strip of something dark What have I got? Oh, I've got this. I've just pulled a bottle of something out as well. Yeah, postage is crazy. But I mean, I kind of get it in a way, but at the same time, I don't as well. I think a lot of it's made up. So we'll have a strip of this, which is going to... I might even do 2, so it's a little bit thicker. This is what I'm thinking. I'm looking at the camera up here as well, because I can see what I'm doing now. That there, that there. Oh, we're moving. That could have ended in disaster. And this one. Now, let's tear it off so we've got a really white edge. You might not be able to see much of this, but I'm going to go in with the black and I'm going to really, really darken the edges. And if it's horrible, then we can just make the square smaller. And then, just to tone it down, because I really, really want the heart to pop. And then we'll pop that in. And even though I have changed it a bit, let's have a look and see what that's doing. I've got the darkness of... What do you think? Yeah, I think Tony will be a good one to ask. But to be honest, I don't think I could do it through her, because that would, well... I think it's like a whole different thing when it's a business. For me, this is just... It's nice to be asked. So what I'm going to do is, because this here hasn't got much of a frame at all, I am going to go in with this dark blue. And I'm going to really darken the edge down. And then we'll have another look, because that can totally change the way a design looks. We'll darken the edges. Like I say, if it all goes wrong, it's just a page. It was fun learning that does not work. Yeah, it really pops forward, doesn't it, having the darker? But again, if you've got a really bright background with a really bright foreground, it helps to darken the edges and have a darker layer behind. But if you feel like it gets too dark, you can always add a white layer in as well, or a brighter layer. There's a way to fix everything. And if you're somewhere in between, you can always sort of cut out a die cut like I did with the butterflies in black, and then you've got the colour shining through. So it's like win-win. There's always a way. And again, if you do something and you're not keen on it, walk away and come back the next day and it'll look totally different. And you can kind of see it through somebody else's eyes. I say somebody else, but you know what I mean. It's your eyes, but it looks different. There, that's totally changed it, hasn't it? Ooh. Don't be nervous. The more nervous you get, the more things aren't going to look how they are in your head. Don't. Homework. Everybody who's nervous about the edges and things like that and doing anything like that, just do a page, dedicate it. Doesn't have to be your best paper. It doesn't have to be your best paints, anything like that. Just do it. And instead of worrying about colouring in if it's perfect, just go for it. And then you can just send us a message privately if you don't want to show anybody else and show us. And I bet they look fantastic. Because the more you overthink something, the less chance it's going to work out how it's in your head. And perfectly imperfect is the way forward. The less you try and do something perfectly, the more chance it is of looking like exactly that's how it's supposed to be. Whereas if you try and do something perfect with perfect lines, things like that, the slightest thing is going to knock it off tilt. Right, I'm going to glue this down and we'll see from there what we can do. I didn't go to art college, Hilary, but I have online. I've looked up a lot. Art was something I've always loved. And I was going to go to art college, but like I said, I did not want to go into another school environment. I didn't like school. I wasn't very good at it. And the whole essays and spelling, and honestly, it terrified us. So I went and did hairdressing. But I did do up to teaching level of hairdressing. I didn't finish it because I had Daniel, but I did do it, and I was teaching first years at college doing hairdressing. It's like assignments and things. I did want to teach and I did want art. I just didn't want to go back to school. I wasn't very good at it. I cannot spell. And doing the essays and things, and that all would have went towards a grade and I would have been miserable. So it worked out in the end. I get to do what I love now, and I've done it all my life. I mean, even just doodling. I stopped crafting for a long, long time when Daniel was little, because I had Daniel, I had to work and so on and so forth. But I always had a book and I always doodled. And art has no rules, exactly. Right, and we're going to go in with this pen. You're going to see it totally change again. Also, hairdressing with colour. I used to read the colour chart in my lunch hour just for fun. Loved it. I was a colour technician for a while. But I had Daniel very, very young, which sort of limited exactly what I could do. And then I did hairdressing and things. I used to take him in his pram. Hairdressing. Oh, there we go. And that's made that pop forward a little bit more. And then on these little, I love drawing these. When I draw the stamps and things, a lot of them end up with little dots and things on. And I just think it adds a little bit more interest without being too complicated. Hairdressing. This is true. True, it is. My mum's a hairdresser as well. I mean, she's very clever. When I was a child, I couldn't hear very well. I had to get grommets and things in, but nobody picked up on it until I moved school. So it was like late infant school, started junior school, and how my mum got me interested in learning how to spell and how to read, because I hadn't learned, was finger paints and things. So yeah. So if you ever get anything off me and it's spelt wrong, please feel free to let us know. And also any texts and things like that that go wrong, or messages on Facebook, you know, just make it up. I like that. I like that a lot. I do feel like we need a bit more shade here. I do have to say though, my Daniel, that kid's never had an issue with spelling or anything like that. Eats maths for breakfast, and he doesn't want to go back into a school environment either. So he's clever. He's not very artistic, but when he was little, his school teachers, especially in the infants and things and nursery, they used to tell us how good he was, but he's just not interested in it. So maybe one day he'll come back to it. Again, I'm just going to add a little bit more of that dark in with the pencil. Just so you can see the shadow. You know, see where the petals here, that one goes underneath. Just add that little bit of dark. There. And just at the very tip. And you can do this with a normal colour pencil or a graphite pencil. It doesn't have to be... There we go. How cool's that? That's 2 pages and hasn't took very long. One's quite pretty and then the other one's quite, whoa, in your face. Again, it's like a magic trick. It's just building it up as you go, as you see it, as you go along. And if you feel like, again, you need to add more, grab a gel pen and sort of just make up what you're doing. If you look in your garden and you'll see which bits are sort of highlighted, you always get a gel pen that works, because this one doesn't look like it is. Oh, there. Black biro is the best thing in the world when you want to bring your stamps more forward and you go around them, because basically the stamp is just an outline, isn't it? Have all the places gone? All of them have gone for now, but I am working on another one. This one I played it quite safe. I only had a few spaces. It is the first one that I've done. I have ordered packaging and things for another one, and I thought we can get a bit more mixed media. This one's quite tame, But like I say, I was playing it really, really safe. I was worried that nobody would want to do it. I'm saying I'm playing it safe. It's a really, really nice project. It's very summery. But the next one, I'm thinking we can get even more arty with it. Yeah, it is. The thing is, it's Paul Daniels. Do you know what it is? As a kid, I used to say to Dad, like, does it look good? Do I look fabulous? And he'd go, you know, like my mum did me here, you know, she's not Paul Daniels. That's so funny. And we used to watch it. But yes, I will next time. I'll make more space for it. I have ordered packaging. I am thinking more mixed media as we go along. I'm so looking forward to this one though, as well. And I've learnt a lot. But yes. I'm sure Helen will remind everybody when I put it out. But watch this space, because I am planning on a lot more and more mixed media. I love that. That's totally unexpected. And that one, I kind of had an idea in my head when I first seen the colours for that, but that one I had no clue. And again, if you want the background to go more, I'll just show you. You can't always sort of just doodle and use a graphite one for that. And you can see how you can bring them forward a bit. Not necessary, but you can if you want to keep faffing, which I probably will now that I've started. But yes, caught up. Woohoo! 2023, the year of colour, the year of thirsty brush colour. How fab's that? Yes, anyway, I'm going to love yous and leave yous now, because I think I've kept yous for a full hour. But I am live on Facebook on Tuesday, and I will be back here on Thursday. Again, if there's anything you do want us to see or show or go into, feel free to message. Maureen, I know you keep messaging us and I keep putting you at the back, but that's because, like, you've adopted us. But I am writing them down, I promise. We could do embossing powders at some point as well. I'd like to do embossing powders. What do you say? Anyway, send us a message if there's anything you want to see, or comment under the videos. If you come back in about half an hour or so, I'll announce the winners for the little mini kits of this sort of thing that I've been doing. Because I think that we're about 2 or 3 now, but I'll put the names up and check. And yes, you too, enjoy your bank holiday Monday, and I hope it's crafty, and I hope the weather gets better. It's been raining here today. Bless you, Maureen. Well, thank you so much, and I will see you Tuesday. Good night, and thank you for keeping me company.